Welcome to Tavern Talk 716. Coming to you from 60 feet down in the bunker. Here are the hosts. International best-selling author Keith White Jr. and Lawrence Duran Gomez.
There's
hey
people!
there! All right, this is Tavern Talk 716. I am international best-selling children's author Keith White Jr. To my left, as always, is...
I am Lawrence Gomez, a.k.a. Duran, a.k.a. South Town Morocco, a.k.a. Court Gesture of Instagram Live.
All right, and well, that's true today, actually. But first, we got to start the show off right. Kaboom! And unlike most weeks where we're chit-chatting with each other before we realize the camera's on, this week we were actually talking over in this direction because we are once again live on Instagram for Tavern Talk 716 as Duran has decided to just throw caution to the wind and allow Instagram to see the show weeks or months ahead of time and live without music or proper television orientation or anything. We just, whatever.
A lot of behind the curtains. It's a little behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, behind the curtains, behind the awesome Tavern Talk flag.
And you, my friend, have commented numerous times on how after we cheers, I don't drink my drink. Which I find to be complete rubbish because I love this stuff and I'm drinking the entire time.
Which is why it's awful that every week we cheers and then you like put it down or you move it around or you're just like, and then you don't drink it. And it's this week you did. This week you did. And actually this week, if you didn't, I wasn't going to because I brought something this week for myself. This is an emergency, an emergency kit that I have. And I'm ready to rock and roll, baby.
Very nice. Almost like a camping emergency red Solo cup.
Because you never know when you're going to be somewhere and a party's going to break out, and you don't want to be the one idiot without a red cup.
If I had $1 for every time I was somewhere and a party broke out and I didn't have an emergency red Solo cup,
you'd at least owe someone $3.
Probably not a lot of dollars.
A fly just flew right by my face. I just wanted everyone out there to know that.
That is one frothy beverage you have, my friend.
Mm-hmm. That's because I only drink the best. Don't look at my
can. Clearly, only the best.
Look, the top is red and everything. It matches the cup. It matches the emergency kit. You can't get any more synchronous than this. That's not even a word.
But I know what it means. How crazy is that?
That's right, because the party broke out. A Tavern Talk 716 party. Woo! So I hope that the studio audience that we have would have made some noise about the party too, but...
they don't pay attention to us.
Yeah, they're not actually watching the show. They're just here to get out of the cold because we offer free snacks and drinks to any homeless people that wander in from...
We have snacks and drinks?
Not for you.
Oh, man, I never get anything.
I take a drink, so you take a drink.
Yeah, that's my time to talk, so clearly that's when I want to drink.
It's the same thing every week.
Naturally, it's never gonna be fixed.
We've been on the air for like 17 years at this point, and it's still the same thing every single week. So if you're watching over there on Instagram, sorry, YouTube, you saw it too, and you saw it first. So
it's true, and in case you're not privy to what we're talking about, because we do inside jokes, roundabouts, and come around circles all the time.
I don't get involved in any come-around circles, okay? Roundabouts maybe, but no come-around circles for me.
Keith will take a drink of his beverage, and that is classic cue for me to take over and discuss anything that's on my mind. But of course, whenever Keith decides to take a drink, I don't have anything on my mind.
The only thing on Duran's mind when I take a drink is, ooh, I want a drink.
Now I'm thirsty!
Yeah, so then he takes a sip, and that's where we go with that every single time, so... He saw me reaching for it and he took a sip. I didn't even keep picking up. I just reached for it.
Oh, man.
Same thing.
So, you're getting an exact view of what we do every week, bringing Instagram Live up to speed because we've been doing our YouTube channel for 15 weeks.
15,
It's
16
been a
years.
while.
So just before the quarantine started, so it's got to be.
We've been going for quite some
20,
time now.
30
We're having a
years,
good
it
time
feels
with
like.
it. Bringing you Instagram Live up to speed because I think we're going to integrate this into weekly on top of filming for YouTube. And I want to fill everyone in. Normally we'll talk about a lot of nonsense and whatnot, and I don't even have nonsense because I actually hurt my back at the end of last week at work. And I did absolutely nothing all weekend but watch movies. So
Tell them how you
about a
tell,
couple movies. We can do that.
I'd like you to tell them how you hurt your back at work.
I hurt my back at work by putting on my work boots.
Ha! Oh man.
So that was
That's fantastic.
uneventful, and ruined my entire weekend. So yeah.
Made my weekend a lot better.
For the 10 seconds that he laughed at me on the phone.
Just like that. And also, on YouTube, this isn't going to make any sense. Although, people don't pay attention to this stuff, I don't think, really. But today, I was told by our studio audience that today is Best Friends Day.
Best Friends Day!
So on Instagram, this makes sense because it's live.
Yes.
Right now, somebody's watching this on YouTube and going, oh my God, Best Friends Day is in the end of August? Because that's about where we are.
Early October?
So as soon as I heard, I said, oh my God, what? I'm so glad to be here on Best Friends Day. I'll be right back. I got to go call my best friend. And then I went outside and I made a phone call while Duran sat right here.
I literally just recovered before we started filming.
And I just dialed a random number and I said, hello, anyone but Duran. And I was just happy to talk to anyone that wasn't him. So happy Best Friends Day, Instagram and YouTube. And to the studio audience of homeless people looking for free drinks and warm hugs from Duran.
I'm okay. You are a strong, confident, bright young man, and you'll get through this.
You just told the story about how you old man hurt yourself, and then you called yourself young.
My mind is young. My body is old.
What's up with this week's pants, by the way?
So everybody probably knows that I wrestled for quite some time.
You've only mentioned it 17 or 18 times per show. You've only added the official Salvatore Morocco action figure to our set here. And also next to him is a Duran pop figure. So we've got Duran.
Yep.
And then my old tag team partner, Senior Bottle Topper.
Well, are you finished?
No, you go right ahead.
Okay. Well, now that I get the time to talk again. Most people know that
Here, do you need another one? Or maybe another one? You have a whole army of these things here.
Yeah, I do. So most people are aware that I dabbled in professional wrestling. And
you want to tell the whole story like that?
One of my favorite things about pro wrestling are the elaborate costumes, or mainly just the over-the-top aspect and nature of the spectacle. So one thing that I think I'm going to start integrating into my everyday life based off of having history in professional wrestling. I did that already.
There you go.
And this little quarantine, which has really made things weird, is...
You almost cursed.
I'm not going to.
You almost dropped an F-bomb.
Outlandish and extravagant outfits. I think that's going to be my new thing, because, I mean, why not?
You mean permanently,
YOLO, right?
even after?
Yeah,
you're
going, let's do this.
This isn't just quarantine clothes anymore. This is the rest of time.
Let's do this. So these are the pants that Mr. Keith is discussing, and they make me feel very Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Would you say that's accurate?
They're not. There's no holes in the sides and fringe.
Well, I got to do that part yet.
So then Brutus the Barber Beefcake all day long with the Macho Man shirt though, and the I don't know about the
samurai combs.
I was thinking Fonzie.
Hey, I mean, who doesn't have a little Fonz in them?
You pull out the comb and go, hey! And he never have to comb his hair.
Fixed it.
The table?
Yeah, it was broken.
You're broken.
Maybe.
What was that? Oh my God. Oh, this is why we do more than one show most times. Some of them don't ever make air the first one.
He's like, nope, that's not happening.
Last week, Instagram...
Re-record a show.
Last week, Instagram got 2 episodes because the first one was just a train wreck, And Duran got up a bunch of times, went and checked on Instagram, and so they got his entire face taking up the whole screen, while I just sat here and was like, "Where are you going?"
I thought
and
that was the best part of the whole thing.
You not being there?
No, my
on
face
this
up,
show,
my
or
face
your
up,
face on that show?
My face all up in the grill.
So anyway, you, sir, are, yes, Macho Man, Brutus Beefcake, and you've got on those Bill sandals. Hey, I have those. Did you get those at Five Below?
I've never actually shopped at Five Below.
I have these same Bill sandals that you're wearing. I got them at Five Below. I was just wearing them the other day.
Wow.
Mine are
Maybe
much
they will have
newer.
things I like.
And maybe. And
They're
also,
saison.
they're what?
They're saison.
Saison.
That's indeed what I said.
All right, fair enough. So anyway, I'm also wearing a classic shirt this week. I wore this for my friend Joe because I knew that if he saw it, that would bring him back in time because he loves old stuff too.
I loved. Well, actually, I
It's
didn't
for
really.
you, Joe.
I didn't really love Blockbuster.
And our studio audience thought that was really sweet. Did you hear that?
Oh.
And you said you didn't like Blockbuster, so I just kept talking over you and
No,
ignored
I
you.
only liked Blockbuster after Video Factory went out of business. I was a diehard Video Factory person.
I was a huge Video Factory. They were awesome. It was one right by my house when I was a kid, and I still have the TV commercials with Matt Dreadlock. You remember that?
I can't say I remember.
They
Matt
were
Dreadlock.
black and white commercials, and he was like a detective. He had like the flipped up collar, trench coat, and the hat and everything, and he was a detective. And he'd like there'd be a commercial where he was trying to figure out who didn't rewind the tape.
Nah.
And then there's a commercial.
Be kind, rewind.
He was trying to figure out the science behind late fees and stuff. Like it was like a 1930s detective. It was those are awesome commercials. You don't.
No, I don't remember.
That was like the best thing. And then you go in there and new movies. You have a sticker and say Dreadlocks picks, and they were like movies that he supposedly picked for you to rent.
Yeah, we actually had a Blockbuster not far from here. It's at what is
Well, it would be
considered the
there.
Airport Plaza.
We are currently 60 feet down in the bunker here.
Up there and that way.
Yes. So Airport Plaza, there was a Blockbuster?
Airport Plaza, there was a
there was
Video
also
Factory.
Video Factory.
Yeah.
You
And
said
then
Blockbuster.
it became a Blockbuster.
Okay, there was also Blockbuster on Harlem in Cheektowaga there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I'm not sure that. I think that one was always a Blockbuster.
It might have been.
The Video Factory was at Airport, and then it became a Blockbuster because Blockbuster bought all the video.
They did buy all the Video Factories. And then the guy who owned Video Factory opened up, do you remember DVD Dot? They were open for a little while.
I've seen the name. I just
He opened those up. And Joe told me that as well. So this show's all for Joe because it's Best Friends Day.
And now you got Redbox where they just took it all and put it in a little machine, and it's fantastic.
They used to, over by the college, there's a gas station. They used to have a red box, but it was a Blockbuster box. And it was blue and yellow, and it's a Blockbuster on it, but it was just like a red box. It's the only one I've ever seen.
They didn't do well, huh?
I guess not. Those things happen.
Blockbuster, a thing of the past.
Yep, sure is. And you just made everyone sad.
Oh, we got Brutal Becca's on.
Ah!
All right, hi Becca.
Hey! Now we're gonna say hi to people on the gram, and the people on YouTube are gonna be real confused. So I'm gonna have to put a graphic at the bottom that says bloop, bloop, Becca logged on, something like that. I don't know. And now Duran's motioning, and he's trying to do it secretly and looking off camera. There's 2 cameras on you right now. Doing
But
this.
there's a third camera over here.
Going. It is not sneaky at all. How many of those have you had, my friend?
I think this is 3.
3.
But you know how I roll.
How?
3 does it.
3 dozen? Are you just laughing at yourself laughing?
That was great.
The beauty of Instagram. Duran can set it up so he laughs at his own jokes. And then laughs at himself laughing at his own jokes. These are things that happen here on Tavern Talk 716. I'm really looking forward to the, what are you doing?
Pineapples are so much better when they're cut fresh.
Well, I can't argue with that. I can't wait for the quarantine to be over so that we can be back out on the road and having things to talk about. We won't have to be as vague when we talk about things because we don't know when they'll air.
Yeah.
We can actually air the same week we film, which will be great.
I like that.
And talk about things that are happening in the world because there aren't any of those currently other than this fly that's flying all over the place.
Are there any comments on that?
You don't have to secretly say it. People can watch you and hear it.
Should I text it?
Are there any comments on
Instagram
Instagram?
over there.
Are there any comments on Instagram? Because Duran is going to derail the show for this. So if you're on Instagram, could you please comment something so that...
I'm going to derail it? We were never on the rails.
We were near the rails. There was a rail yard somewhere near our location.
Okay.
And now we're in an airport.
My apologies. I do tend to just crash and burn this program. Not that this guy does significantly better than myself, but please, by all means, where would you like to go with this?
I don't talk to the people off camera and laugh at myself laughing off the Instagram and ask people and then say, hey, where's my phone so I can text? Oh, there it is filming this on Instagram.
I thought that was all funny.
It was hilarious, but it was derailing everything that was happening. And not that there's anything happening in the world, though.
Let's get back on track. I'm here.
All right, let's get back on track. Joe, is there any comments on Instagram?
I don't know.
Way to derail the show!
But, Becky did text that the selfie camera looks stupid and everything.
Did he say Becky?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Becca?
Yeah, Becca, sorry.
She is not going to like that.
Me.
Oh. Cut him.
All right, we're back.
So I was laid up all weekend. All I did was watch movies. Is there anything that you did exciting?
Well, what did you watch? Why don't we go there?
The entire Blade trilogy.
All right, let me start over. What did you watch that was any good?
The entire Blade trilogy.
See, what you should have said there was Blade 1. I would have thought that was a good answer.
My favorite's the second one.
No, Blade 2 was really good. I did like 2. I was just kidding. Actually, I remember years ago my favorite part of Blade 2 was how silly the special effects look.
Oh,
like when he's fighting.
That fight scene in the front of the lights, it's bad.
It
was bad then.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the movie. I liked how I was like, it looks like a cartoon, almost like a comic book, and that is not what they were going for at all. No. But in my brain, I was justifying it, and I was just like, oh, that's great.
Like now, CGI is so significantly better. They can make CGI people look like real people. Even at the time, that fight scene looked bad.
It looked really bad. It looked really, really bad. And then Blade 3 is the one with Ryan Reynolds. And
I think he was the saving grace. Even though Triple H was kind of funny, Ryan Reynolds was the saving grace of that third movie.
And he almost kind of was Deadpool.
Yeah, he definitely. That was like the first incantation of Deadpool.
Right, it was very Deadpool-ish.
His role in that movie.
He had the swords, right?
Hannibal King or whatever.
Yeah, he had swords, and he told jokes. Ryan Reynolds, he kind of Deadpool jokes. So yeah, that's okay. That's pretty good. What else did you watch? You were home all weekend. 3 movies can't be
the whole weekend. Oh my God! We have a whole other show on that. I can't. That's gonna be a whole other show. We watched The Room and The Disaster Artist.
Back to back?
And more or less. One in the evening and then one the next morning.
1 in the evening and then 1 in the morning?
No.
Like you even spaced them out. You were like, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's watch The Room. And then you were like, awesome. It's been 12 hours. Now it's time for The Disaster Artist.
We needed 12 hours between those 2 movies.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Have you seen these?
I've seen both of them.
Oh
yes.
my God.
So my next question was going to be, which one did you enjoy more?
I like The Disaster Artist, but Debbie loved The Room.
How do you not love The Room? In fact, my best friend Joe told me about The Room.
Well,
I found out about that from my best friend Joe. That'll be the 3rd or 4th time I mentioned him being my best friend on this show. Because it's National Best Friends Day. And I got to be here with you.
So I really like those movies. The Room, I like bad movies. You know that I like bad movies.
Yep.
And The Room even was I was just like, I can't watch it anymore. But I did. So they're doing something right.
They did nothing right in that movie. They kept
me engaged
to
finish.
Except for maybe the hottest love scene in the history of Hollywood. That was eroticism.
What might have done it is we watched The Disaster Artist first. So that might have compelled us.
Order.
I know. But that's just how it ended up. We actually...
So at 1 in the afternoon you were watching The Disaster Artist.
Yes.
Then you watch The Room at 1 in the morning.
That's
Although
correct.
I will say 1 in the morning is probably the best time to watch The Room because you've probably got a couple beers in you at that point.
It's true.
I saw it on the Cartoon Network.
And I remember Joe did watch it on Cartoon Network on like Adult Swim. They played it for like
The Room was on?
yeah.
Oh
They
my
played
goodness.
it. They didn't even tell anybody they were gonna play it. You just tuned in to like Adult Swim that night, and it was just on.
Oh my goodness.
Like even the guide on cable said the shows that would normally be on. It said the episodes that they were going to be airing. They were supposed to all be new episodes that night. So I was like, oh, Aqua Teen, cool, it's brand new. And all of a sudden, it's, you know, a weird dude on a rooftop throwing a water bottle. And you're like, what is this?
So-
and then Joe texts me and he's like, put on Cartoon Network. I was like, why? He's like, just put it on. I don't know.
It was like a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? What am I watching?
So as I stated, I was laid up all weekend, so all we did was watch movies. But we watched The Disaster Artist on like Friday evening, maybe. So like all day Saturday and all day Sunday, whenever somebody walked into the room, I was like, oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Veda. Oh, hi, Sean. It was great. I was addicted. I was talking like him all weekend. Debbie
Oh
can
my
attest
God,
to
that
It
sounds
was-
awful.
It was outrageous.
I'm so glad I didn't see you this weekend. The other day, my son comes downstairs, and I go, hey, Colin, what's up? And he goes, oh, hi, Mark. And walks away, and I was like, did you see that movie? What is
That's
it?
awesome.
I was like, so I called Megan, and I said, why did you say that? And he's like, what? I said, why did you say, oh, hi, Mark? He goes, I didn't say that. He just walked away. I'm like, you definitely said it. And so I still don't know to this day why
Oh
he
my
said
goodness.
it. Because I don't think he's seen it. I said something the one day about the movie, or I said something else from the movie. He didn't know what I was talking about. So I don't know where he got it from. But he's a few times since then he's done it too. He'll just be walking through the house and, oh, hi, Mark. And he walks away, and it's like, he did it again. Like, I know he's doing it.
So, what did you prefer, The Room or The Disaster Artist?
The Room.
The Room. Okay, so
Of course. Because without,
How long ago did you see
without
it?
The Room,
there is no Disaster Artist. Absolutely, absolutely.
There you go.
Oh,
So what
Tommy
was your
Wiseau,
question?
you
I'm sorry.
crazy son of a. I was going to say, how do you feel about The Room?
Oh, I think it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. It is absolutely, literally, if every time there was a decision to be made and it was like, this is the right decision, this one is a mess. And he would be like, I'll take the mess. Every single time.
Every time. I agree with that. That's a
Like,
very, very accurate
If
description.
someone would have recommended it to him, he'd have done half the movie with shoes on his hands. Like, given the choice. He would have been like, oh, yeah, okay. And he would have been clapping him while he talked. And
Well,
stuff,
I like
right?
these shoes on my hands.
Yeah. Other than that love scene, which was like
Well, unfortunately, we watched it on YouTube and they had it all blurred out.
on
so-
YouTube.
Yeah. It wasn't streaming on anything else, so that's what we had to watch it on.
It's on YouTube. Like it's somebody bootlegged it or YouTube.
It's on
put it out?
YouTube. It's the almost clean version. Is on YouTube, and I think Google told me that Tommy Wiseau uploaded it himself.
I believe that 100%. Have you seen the video of him auditioning as the Joker?
Why do I feel like I did?
If you haven't, you have to. In fact, if you're watching this right now on Instagram, you're live, so you stay with us. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, pause it and go find that on YouTube, and then come back, and then we're not going to talk about it anymore, but you should watch it.
I feel like when The Room first blew up and Tommy Wiseau became like a thing, like a social, it kind of became like
Isn't it
trend-
Wiseau?
like a trendy, whatever. I'm sure. Come after me, whatever. I'll fight you.
Did you just threaten to fight? Did you just challenge the dude from The Room to a fight?
Yeah.
He might do that.
Let's go, Tommy.
He might do that. He might show up on this show next week just with shoes on his hands, ready to beat the crap out of you.
And I'll open the door and I'll be like, "Oh, hi, Tommy."
And then you two are going to have an amazing love scene.
Well, fight scene into the love scene.
Ah, those are
Very
the best
Brokeback
ones.
Mountain-like.
I feel like we've talked about that movie on this show quite a few times.
I'm pandering.
To who?
The audience.
To Tommy.
Ah, Tommy, you crazy son of a bitch.
Him and James Franco are both going to show up here to fight you.
It's gonna be a good day for me.
It's going to be a good show for me. I can't wait.
Oh,
And I would say with that, we're almost at
oh
time.
my goodness, that was a fun show. ladies
Duran
and gentlemen.
just froze in place as he looked over here. So there's not another camera over here, everybody. That's our clock over here. But you literally,
I
was
can't
like,
even.
I was like, it's almost time to go, and you went like this.
I was just so caught off guard that we've gone through almost 30 minutes already.
Well, I would say the first half of the show was a train wreck. In the second half, we picked it up. This is why normally we would do now a second show, and it would be smooth sailing for the whole thing. But I think this is just going to be the show.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So
for those of you that aren't up to speed, I keep letting Instagram behind the curtain. We are filmed a little bit in advance.
Yeah,
So
I said that.
So we're going to not double up the shows as often to try to catch up a little bit.
There you go, to catch up a little bit. So you can catch up, not us. We're caught up. Well, Duran's not. He hasn't even watched episode 1 yet.
And it's on me a little bit. I'm tired of living so far in the future. I don't really know
right? You already
where
so
I already don't know where I am now, let alone where we are on the shows.
Right.
Plus, I don't watch this show.
You don't watch this show. Like, that's not a good sign for our show when you don't watch this show. Like, I go on to the YouTube to see how many views we got, and it's like -3 because you haven't watched it yet.
I'm always late to the party. I was late to Game of Thrones.
But you're on
the
the
show. Being
show.
one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
But you're not on Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna be late to this show, and then that's when it's gonna blow up. That's when it's gonna blow up.
See, even the homeless studio audience.
I feel like I should be naked walking through the streets.
I don't feel like that at all.
It's a Game of Thrones reference.
It was a Game of Thrones reference, but I still... So either way, hopefully by next week, Duran will have at least watched, I don't know, one of the episodes. He's going to watch it. I'm going to get a text one of these days. And he's like, oh my God, we did shows from MacGruber's? No, it's MacGruber's.
I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, really? What did we do on the first show?
Yell at Ron?
All right, you win.
Yeah!
All right, either way, this has been Tavern Talk 716.
Thanks for stopping by.
I am not done talking. Also, international best-selling children's author Keith White Jr. Unfortunately, to my left as always.
You know who I am.
All right, good night.
Good show. Good. Just such a great show. I had so much fun.